Have you ever been in a situation like that? First, you think a person is your friend and ally, but then the scales fall from your eyes and you realize they are actually your sworn enemies. So, you catch this person, you tie them up, and then you start thinking, how should you treat them now? Like your enemy? Like your former friend? It's hard to decide. What would you do if one of your friends turned out to be a traitor? Are you talking about someone specific? Wow, your questions reeks of paranoia. No, I'm not talking about anyone specific, and I'm not implicating anyone. I'm sorry, it seems my joke has spoiled your sleep for the next few nights. Well, every traitor must be executed. There's no other way. Grins Riley. That sounded smooth, as if you were reading it from an Inquisitor's scroll. What if you think with your own head instead of repeating slogans? Fine, let's assume you execute the traitor. Then what? The overall score is still in the demon's favor. If you catch a traitor, grab them and shake them till they spill everything they know. Some need to be tortured. Others will crack if you threaten their family or bribe them with promises of mercy and gold. Wring the traitor dry like a rag mop. And think about war, not about ethics. At least that's what smart people write in books. I guess you're right. What matters most is doing what's best for the cause. Or maybe I am right, maybe I'm wrong. I was just sharing my opinion. Then again, if we're discussing traitors, it's fortunate that betrayal is not reserved for mortals alone. Demons stab each other in the back far more frequently. The rumor is that there are at least 2 demon stashes within Dresden, filled with armies and supplies that were stolen by Tuscarites and Baphamites, and vice versa. One of them is near the entrance to the fortress, while another one lies by the entrance of the citadel. Well, that is valuable information. Well, of course it is. I wouldn't waste your time. Help that when the time comes for you to make real decisions instead of hypothetical ones, your wisdom won't fail you. Just one bad choice can turn a revered leader into a disgraced pariah. I've seen it happen before. I lived through something like that. My tribe suffered a disaster caused by just one bad choice. Can you even imagine? I don't like telling the story, but it might be useful for you to know. Perhaps it will serve as a warning. Will you tell me? I was born in the mighty and proud tribe of the Knight Ruby. Our caves were vast, our mine shafts were rich in the quartz and metals, and our underground lakes were brimming with fish. And, of course, we had plenty of slaves. The Knight Ruby was a model of kobold success. It was a tight-knit, greedy, and aggressive tribe that intimidated even a few of the nearby human settlements. Why can't you play a kobold? I know, right? But there was a flaw underlying our power. Once, long ago, a leader of our tribe signed a pact with the devils, promising them the soul of every tribe member in exchange for help and prosperity. Since then, every new All-Watcher had to agree to the pact, and the power of the tribe grew, as did the number of lost souls. It was like that until our leader, Irma, came to power. She was a principled and proud elder who didn't want to bend the knee to hell, though she refused to sign the pact, and all kinds of calamities befell our tribe. The tribe was attacked by its neighbors and the devil's instigation. Epidemics broke out. Then our slaves rebelled. They came after their former masters in the dead of night. Our clutches of eggs were ravaged, our altars were desecrated, and our warriors were slain in their burrows. Slaves paid us in full for our cruelty and arrogance. They hunted us, chasing us down through the caves and mine shafts, level by level. And when we were finally left alone, we had no idea where we were. All we saw around us was darkness, and lurking in the darkness were bloodthirsty and dangerous predators. Ew. I think this moment is enough of a cliffhanger to stop there. I got suspicious of you. Here we go. I come in friendship right away, and right away I'm distrusted. So what is it that it's got you worried? Your words are full of mysterious omens. What can I say? Well, kobold. Many secrets and contradictions. I keep my mouth shut and the rest of the world at arm's length. That's just my nature. I can't help it. I'd like to know more about you. I'm flattered, but what's so special about me? I've never accomplished any feats on the battlefield. I don't know any special crafts, and I don't even belong to an exotic species. I don't have the slightest idea what you find so interesting about me. What do you do? I'm a traveling bard, and I can already foresee your next question. How does a bard who also happens to be a kobold manage to earn a living? All the civilized races of Aveston know that when you encounter a kobold, the best course of action is to smash its skull, trample it with a horse, then burn the remains just in case. Well, the prejudice civilized peoples have regarded my kind as quite understandable. Our infamy as robbers and murderers is more than deserved. So just imagine the spectacle in any tavern when an articulate kobold and decent clothes show up, offering to share a story or two for a few coins out of a mug of ale. I assure you, no matter how big of a deal you are here, if we drop by any tavern in Andoran, all eyes will be on me. I am an exotic oddity. Why did you decide to come here to the World Wound? I just don't like it when the residents of the lower planes get involved in the lives of mortals. I firmly believe that we don't need any advisors to help us handle our own affairs. We need overlords even less. You're different from other kobolds. My life has given me many opportunities to communicate with beings from other races, so I found a common language. No more questions. I have a question about demons. You mentioned you know a lot about them. My humble knowledge is at your disposal. And there's a lot of talking. I need beer. What is the demon's main weakness? It's a fact that they are hostages to their own nature, and by their nature, demons are just a bunch of mad apes. A grotesque parody of ordinary chaos. You don't need to make a bunch of apes angry. You just give one of them a banana and arm the other with a stick. They'll kill each other without your direct intervention. How do you know so much about demons? I've had some experience with them. Okay. Do you know anything about wounds inflicted by demons that at first appear, then disappear, and later reappear again? Do I need to resort to platitudes such as the weirdest tricks can be expected from demons, or can I just skip that part? I've never heard anything like you're describing, but new sorts of nasty stuff appear in the World Wound every day. However, if we think about it some more, don't you think that this wound doesn't cause enough trouble to be something the demons did to you on purpose? When you're hit by the magic of the abyss, you know instantly that death is coming your way and fast. I'd like to hear your story of your travels. It's a long one. Which part would you like to know about? Tribe. We already heard about that one. Have you heard about my unusual powers? I've heard you're either extremely lucky or quite the opposite. You survived the massacre of Canaveras just to spearhead a new suicide mission. On the other hand, you survived. You survived then, and most likely you will survive now. Good luck in this noble endeavor. Oh, I have to go.
I can handle it. Can't hide from me.
Wand of Dimension Door Mass. Oh. Well then. Well then. Not even a choice. Awesome. What do you got, buddy? Show me what your wares. Belt of Alacrity. This belt of for a common bonus on reflex saving throws. Gotcha. Imposing physique. This amulet grants its wearer a +5 competence bonus on athletics and intimidate skill checks. Yes. That sounds good. Deal. All right, let's go. Oh, I gotta take care of this place first before I can continue onwards anywhere in here. Ah, why? Damn. Um, I'm gonna have my armies meet. Pose right here. $17 hours? You know what? Sure. Mark Rock.
My not so numerous, but nonetheless dearest guests. About a year ago at my last birthday party, I assured you all that I nurtured a deep-seated hatred for boring people who give protracted speeches in the misplaced belief that their inner thoughts are of any interest to anyone but themselves. Now I am a whole year older and also a full-fledged crusader, an honorable position that requires me to be as dull, pedantic, and vexing as I possibly can. Therefore, a speech it is. The revered cleric Nestrin, my guardian and tutor, often told me that those who live a sinful life may expect to join the abyssal hordes after they die. This is why their path is the most despicable of all. A part of their soul may return to Mendev in the abominable form of a demonic invader. Every time we see a demon, we might as well think about it. What if this wretched creature used to be your great-great-grandfather? What if certain parts of this pointy-tailed beauty used to belong to your pious cousin? They say that the demons represent the sins of the souls they are made of. Succubi emerge out of lustful souls. Vandals turn into Abracandilu. Gluttons become Nabasu. I, for one, am determined to commit as many different sins as possible, so that the distributive mechanism of the abyss breaks when it tries to decide what to do with my soul. You, my dearest guests, will be my assistants in this complicated task. Eat, drink, and indulge yourselves in whatever vices you can. Let nobody leave this house as righteous as they entered it. Live every day like it's your last. After all, nobody knows when that day will arrive, do they?
Find anything interesting? Nothing. Nothing really. I just took a note of the few things. I attempted to find out whether or not whether anything unusual or mysterious has happened to the Count over the last 10 years. During my conversations with his acquaintances, two people noted that he never speaks of the revered Nestrim, the priest of Iombade, who was his guardian and tutor, yet he just mentioned Nestrin in his speech. Whatever that might mean, he told me that you tried to find out if anything odd had happened to Darien for the last 10 years. Some of his servants complained about strange occurrences in the house, like objects moving by themselves or candles going out. Of course, that could simply be a figment of their imagination. It is also very well known that the Count often invites various spellcasters to entertain him, and encourages them to use their magic in mischievous ways. Practically the whole Mendev knows the story about the three drunk wizards and their teleportation race across the roofs of Canabras after a party at the Count's house. What I'm trying to say here is that any fluctuation of residual magic at his house are not at all surprising. There was a matter of the abduction, however. A gang of bandits kidnapped the Count, hoping for a ransom, but the only reward they got was death. Afterward, the Count told everyone that he had hired the bandits himself as a joke. The other mercenary squad that freed him and executed the bandits was also in his employment. Nobody really wanted to delve too deep into this case after confirming the identities of those wretched cutthroats, but there was one disturbing fact about it all. I don't mean the Count's bizarre idea of the fun. The mercenaries who supposedly freed him had also cut off the bandits' heads after they had already killed them. Their heads were cut off? You mean the bandits who attacked Aaron? Yes, perhaps I wouldn't have even noticed this detail had I not visited Heaven's Edge right after the tragic incident. I remember that we also found several headless bodies, both of guests and demons. We thought they had been decapitated during the fight. My companions have been finding several heads among their belongings recently. Strangely, things like this weren't a problem before Darren joined the party. But that is an alarming coincidence. Now we have another reason to conduct an investigation. It is crucial that we find out what exactly happened at the tragic feast. What are we doing, Inquisitor? Now that's the hardest part. I need to dive into the past of this place. It requires casting several different spells over some time. It would be very inconvenient for me if nobody interrupted this process, especially the Count himself. I don't think he remembers my face, but a suspicious stranger casting unknown spells might attract his attention. All in all, what I want to do is to distract the master of the house. Right now, he's playing host in the very place I'd like to start with. So how do I distract him? I don't know. Maybe your companions can assist you somehow. Or you can take a look around. Perhaps there's something that can help us. I understand. Good luck.
Can't make the demons wait. Beautiful.
Okay. Damn. That area's a no-go.
Let's see what we can do.
I don't like it in here. This party is stupid. Wow. Okay. That definitely lets you know that this is not a very good party. Uh-huh. Just to make sure. Where to cast healing spells without provoking attacks of opportunity. They'll also grant a +2 bonus on concentration checks. Yoink. Oh, got some loot here apparently. Prepare chat. Oh. Never mind. That was a... Oh, Nino still does it. Oh. Well, interesting. I have always considered myself an aesthete, not a hero. When doomsday comes, I thought I'd pour myself a glass of 100-year-old wine, sit in the front row, and just watch the world burn. Playing the violin was also an option. Now I'll be damned if I know how I ended up in the Fifth Crusade. How did I become the companion of a hero chosen by Elmade? Perhaps this is your chance to finally do something worthwhile. What do you want me to do then? Dance a waltz on Dresden's ramparts with a charming courtesan? Sounds worthwhile to me. Tell me more about Heaven's Edge. This estate was once a truly beautiful sight, and with its lush gardens and a placid ponds. The house itself is not that large. However, this land was part of the border region even before the world wound, so my ancestors took that into account when laying the foundations. The larger the mansion, the harder it is to defend. Oh, I'd gladly give you a tour, but I'm afraid there's not much to see here. I didn't have much time, so my servants only managed to clean up this yard, the Great Hall, and a couple of rooms. There is nothing interesting about them, except perhaps the magical firefighting system powered by water elementals. Not sure it's still functional, though. Do you remember that you are still my field attache and however the heck you pronounce that? I need a beard. That's weird. Something. Count. I demand a report of all your work so far in half an hour. There are easier ways of saying, Darren, Arande, I hate you, you know? I'll report then. Fine, Commander, you shall have your report. I see that you did your part, Commander. Thank you. Now get ready to watch and listen closely. The hum of voices, laughter, and music fills your mind. Then the vision comes fragmented and hazy at first. They eventually coalesce to reveal a single face. It is a woman of stunning heavenly beauty, and her delicate features instantly tell you who she is. The family resemblance to Darren is obvious. My dear guest, the Lady of Heaven's Edge welcomes all of you today. I hope this day is as bright for you as it is for me, because on this day, my only precious, sometimes arrogant, but utterly beloved child was born. A child is usually a reflection of their parents and caretakers. Countess, will you allow the humble tutor of this young man to address the guest and the man of the hour as well? Can we have just one day without your sermons? It's my birthday after all. Darian. Day. I'm sure the revered Nestrin only wanted to hug you and offer you his best wishes on your birthday. Wait, what? What's that noise? The sorceress of evil has come to your celebration, mortals. Did you prepare a treat for me? Minago. Oh, Lilitu. Oh, I thought that was... What do you want, Spawn of the Abyss? I've already done everything I wanted to. Hey, you. Doddering cleric, look around. Don't you notice anything odd? The plague is in your wine, in your food, in the air around you, in your blood. Soon you will all die. Pray to your pathetic goddess and call upon your healing powers all you want, but they're not going to help you. Nothing will help you. I will give you a chance to see it for yourselves, and when I return, the grave realization will have already sunk its teeth into your throats. Lilith. He's different. I will give you a chance to see it for yourself. Oh, how I love watching mortals in their final desperate hours. The first appearance of the disease and the Lilitu. One of the many sisters of the accursed Minago. So far, everything I've seen matches the official version of events. Who are the people in the vision? Countess Selena Arande was Darren's mother and one of the most beautiful women in the history of Mendev. She was an Azamar, just like her son. The old man is the esteemed cleric Nestrin, our count's guardian and tutor. He was well known for his unfaltering faith and iron will. I was only passing acquaintances with him, so I can't tell you anything more about that. I didn't recognize the others, but Darren told me that the first victims of the disease were his second cousin and the cousin's wife, hailing from the esteemed border. Surely the cleric could have done something. I can't say for certain, but I believe there was nothing he could have done. Magical diseases are already difficult enough to cure, and this plague struck very fast indeed. Now we must find out what happened next. What now? I can sense the aftershocks of a very strong outburst of emotions and memories somewhere in the west wing of the house. Something must have happened in one of the rooms. So please check if anyone is in there and distract them if need be.